All right, friends, we're doing another unboxing on this channel. Yes, this is our second one today. So if you see the same sweatshirt color, that is why. We have the Elemental Empath Oracle. And to be honest, oh my gosh, TBH, this deck has been on my radar. Like, I'm aware that it existed, but I never really knew if I was going to like it or not. And then again, saw Gem Goddess using it recently, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've seen those cards before. I was like, where? So, yes, this is a self love oracle deck for empathic women by my Miyuki Rose, if I'm saying that right. It is a 52 card deck with a guidebook from Rose Soul Tarot. It says right there. You can see that. And I believe this deck retails on Amazon for $39.99. I believe there was a what's it called? Like a small sale. I think it was 5% off. So I think it was $2. I'm not sure if that sale is current or not. I'm trying to open the plastic. Okay, so this box has a matte finish. Please bear with me. There's a lot of sounds, but I love the artwork already. It's so it has so much detail, and I'm a sucker for a matte finish, and I love the planets. If you go on the side of the box, you can see. I believe that's Jupiter and Saturn. And then on the back, there's this like marbled, like agate finish. And then, well, it's not even a finish, it's just the pattern. And then we've got clouds again. Elemental Empath. Elemental Empath. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the box design. It's very simple. And then I believe it's a magnetic closure. So you just open it up. And here are our cards. Oh, okay. So there's more plastic, but that's okay. And then it says here, Elemental Empath by Miyuki Rose from Rose Soul Tarot, or Rose Soul Art, I'm sorry. And here, wow, our guidebook is thick. And then it says the magic is within you. Ooh, okay. So let's see what we have here. This guidebook was not expecting it to be I don't know. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be big, but like, okay, wow. So we open our guidebook. This is a full on book. It's not just like keywords. So that's nice. I believe this is an independent artist. So hence, especially when it's independent, there is going to be a bigger price tag because they don't have it takes a lot more to make it, but I appreciate that this artist has it. So we have introduction, special thanks, a disclaimer, a note about the deck structure and how to use this deck, a meditation guide, connect with your inner light guide, about the creator and Rose Soul Art. And then we have 10 cards from each element. So we have Earth, water. Oh, this was published in 2023, made from recycled paper and soy ink. I think that's so cool. RoseSoulArt.com. So we have Earth, water, fire, air, and cosmos. So again, 52 cards. Cosmos has 12 cards in it. So it is a 272-page guidebook. I created this deck for sensitive, empathic women and those who identify as women who are on a healing journey of self-love. After 10 years in spiritual spaces and trauma work, I have seen many helpful and unhelpful themes come up over and over again, and my hope is to help you create a healthy foundation for your healing journey. Each woman's journey is nuanced and ever evolving. What works for one may not work for another, and healing can happen quickly or slowly over a lifetime, depending on a multitude of factors. So it is important to remember you are allowed to have bad days or phases. It's okay for old layers to come up again. It's okay if you don't perfectly love yourself. And above all, it's okay to feel what you feel, even if it's not considered spiritual. Quote, end quote. The key is progress, not perfection. Gaslighting yourself or letting others gaslight or spiritually bypass you is only encouraging you to distrust your own intuition. So, as you use this deck, I hope you remember to always check in with yourself to see if the message feels right for you. For more on this, see the How to Use This Deck section. I brought this deck together through a process of intuitive channeling and creative expression. It's a culmination of all my personal experiences and knowledges on the topics of self-love for empathic women to bring you a deck that is both magical and practical. My hope is to guide you and empower you on your journey to better love yourself as an empathic woman. As always, remember that you are healing and growing and you are worthy and enough just as you are. Continue to shine, star child. I love that. There's a special thanks here, a disclaimer. So know that this author has worked in the spiritual realm and with trauma for 10 years. However, she's not a licensed therapist, and for the contents of this book, this is not therapeutic advice. I provide my helpful perspectives and practices that you can use. However, it's up to you to take responsibility for your own healing journey. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I do like that she says this, though, and she says, while this is not specifically a trauma-informed deck, it was created with trauma-informed, nuanced approach in mind, especially around some of the potentially more sensitive topics. Lastly, this deck was created for women at all stages of their spiritual journey. However, it's helpful to have a base knowledge of foundational spiritual concepts such as mindfulness, grounding, and energy. Deck structure. How to use this deck, cleansing your deck, intuition, connecting with it. So there is a lot, and then each deck has a little, or each card has a little picture in it, and then an explore section, understand your triggers and boundaries, find your voice. I wonder if is that. Oh no, there's probably a little section for each keyword, as I'm assuming, but we'll get into that in a minute. Let me go check and make sure that I can continue filming, or because I might, otherwise, if I can't, that's fine. I will wait until tomorrow to show you the deck. All right, we're going to get into it. So this is what we have to work with. I love a gilded edge. We're going to get into this. As soon as I open it, I'm not going to show this card, but I will let you know that there is a free empath meditation. There's a link to that. Oh, ooh. I do like this. I do love the texture of it. I mean, I like to have the box and then I put them on top of the box, and so it's just like this. But the obviously you could see the gilded, but it's thin, but it's bendable. So it's and it appears to be like a cardstock. It is pretty matte, I would say, with the exception of the gold holographic bits. It feels like it's not like shiny, but it does shine, and I love that. Oh, this is why the back of the box looks like this, which I love that little finishing touch. I'm a sucker for boxes. Okay, so we're gonna flip through them together. I don't know if you can actually see the words. Um, so this is befriend mind, befriend mind, inner freedom, expand consciousness. I think because it's the lighter ones. I believe that's air. This, yep, this is cosmos. This is, I believe this is the one on the cover. Yes. Star Divine. I'm so, I know that I'm gonna like this deck. Sunshine. This is the fire element. And we have light, passion, illumination, motivation, and don't dim. Interesting. So then we have 1, and now we go to 10. Creatrix. I love that. I don't know if my camera is like picking up the full detail of stillness for air. They are on the thinner side, but it says calm the mind, overthinking, observe, and awareness. I love the illustrations. I don't know if they're illustrations or photographs, but either way, I just think that they're amazing. I think they're photographs. True self, the fire element. Divine timing. Oh, so these are the two extra that you get with the cosmos element. And then we have integrated woman. And now we're going to the number 2. Balance, and that is all is connected, balance extremes, inner and outer. I like how I like the keywords a lot. I think they really help frame the picture and they give you something to work off of the main theme of the card. This is air. Choice. This one's like a pinky purple, so I don't know if it's coming across as such. We have life direction, how you respond, and consequences. I'm so excited to use this deck in readings. We have desire. This is giving me very Two of Wands, but inner child. Oh, this one is. I love how soft this deck is in terms of the themes. Like it's a very gentle deck. I love that. That's one of my favorite cards for sure. We have intimacy with the water emotion or with the water element. My goodness. Awareness. So this says key to healing, notice patterns and illusions, and pause. So I don't know if my camera's picking that up or not. Hope. I love how she framed it as it's not trauma informed, but her as a creator used her traumas to inform each card. Intuition. And I will be posting 2024. I haven't been home. I got sick. So all of that kind of went down the window. Reclaim your body. Oh, that one's beautiful. Body is home, self love, release emotions from your body. This card just it makes me gives me the vibes of your body is not an apology. The book is very, very powerful. We have sensitivity. The images just are just stunning. I love them so much. Okay, so now we're moving on to four. Empath. This is the cosmos. We have connect to self, cleanse, boundaries, and hold space. If you're an HSP, you're really going to resonate with these images and these messages. Honor your journey. I like the allow messes part. That's might be one of my favorite parts about this card. air perspective. And this card has the messages evaluate beliefs, bird's eye view, observe your reactions. Self love. Death and rebirth as we welcome the fives. Feel emotions. There's a lot of imagery to pick up. And I like that because, again, you can pull from different things. You have the keywords, you have the symbols in the imagery, you have the element itself. So this, it's going to focus. Growth. We have the air element, inner darkness, and that says hold safe space, knowing patterns, and release versus feed. This is the air element. I don't know. I think I said that. Repeating patterns with the cosmos. And again, we have Saturn too, and Saturn is the challenger. So it's just, I love each of these cards. Repeating patterns. I don't know if I said releasing patterns. Awareness. What is the lesson? Break the cycle. Okay, now we have 6. Courage. Ego illusions. And that says, don't believe thoughts, inner stories, befriend ego. Guys, I'm in love with this deck already. I know that this is going to be, and I was so unsure of this deck before. And I'm so obsessed. I'm so obsessed with all the cards and the aesthetic and everything. We have Mirror. And this was for the Cosmos. We have Relating. For our Earth element, Comparison, Others' Projections, Self-Reliance. Okay. We have Boundaries for number 7 in our Earth element. Compassion with the water. Inner authority, the cosmos. We have pause for our air element. Respond versus react. Observe your thoughts. Mindfulness. Reclaim power. We have 8. We're almost done. Breath with return to breath, calm the mind. Breath is life. I love the diversity also. Just everyone has a seat at this table. Oh, someone who reviewed this deck said sisterhood, and I think that's just a beautiful way of describing this deck in general. Community, connect with others, support, give and receive, angels. Manifest magic with the mermaids, number 8. And this is the cosmos. We also have another mermaid here with the water, surrender and flow. Unapologetic for our fire element. And 9, our last number. So we have confidence for the fire element. If you hear something in the background, it's my partner. I think he's starting on dinner, so I'm going to join him in a minute. We have letting go with the water element. We have air with mindset. We have rest. Oh my gosh, this artwork is phenomenal. I can't shut up about it. Okay, and then we have the collective. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. All right, I'm gonna reset my camera. We're gonna do a quick shuffle and then we'll see what our guidebook gives us for the card. She includes 3 spreads that you can use. There is a self-love spread here, inner and outer landscape spread, and a balance spread that she goes into. And then we have the meditation guide. As I said, there is a card with the URL to the meditation. And then connect to your inner light guide about the creator. I love this. Rose Soul Art. And I will leave her information down below. Okay, so then we go into. So let me, we go into our interpretation. So let me give this deck a quick shuffle. It's satisfying. It really is. I'll do it one more time. Sometimes I think it helps to have a little bit of, a thinner cardstock. Again, it's got some bend to it, but it's not like it's super like floppy. So, okay, so let's see what we chose. We chose compassion with the water element. So we have the keywords for self and others, soften the heart, be gentle, see the good. So let's see what our guidebook has to say. Does it go? Yeah, it goes all the water, I think, at one time. So compassion. So we have soften. With so much anger and hate in the world, it's sometimes hard to remember or even be willing to be soft. This card is your invitation to be kind and compassionate towards yourself and others. See the good instead of the bad. Notice the ways in which you or others are doing well instead of seeing only the failures and shortcomings. Create a positive environment where you can extend gratitude and joy around you. The next theme, tap into universal love. This card is also a call to tap into the universal love that is all around. It is not conditional or for any reason, but rather it is a frequency that we can tap into. This love invites us to see the light in everything, including ourselves. It helps us to see a bird's eye view of what is happening in our lives and the world, to have compassion for the pain and suffering of others without getting bogged down in it. Empathy. Empathy is very important with this card. It's an invitation to thaw the ice and not be so harsh. See how hard you and others are trying, even if it doesn't seem like it. We're all doing the best we can, and compassion invites more love and healing into the world. If the time is right, open your heart. If the time isn't, don't force yourself to try to love when there are other emotions that need to be heard first. Don't take on the pain of others. Lastly, this card cautions you against having so much compassion that you try to take on the pain of others because you think they can't handle it. Trying to take on the pain of others only hurts you in the long run, as you aren't meant to carry the energy of others. It also won't help them heal on their own journey. You are trying to take away the pain that they need to process and integrate on their journey. As difficult as it is, allow others to have their emotions and experiences. Have compassion and provide support where you can, but don't feel the need to take on all of their pain. And then there's potential blocks. Blocks for this card comes in two forms. The first is being hurt and jaded to the point that you can't have compassion for yourself and others, or yourself or others. You've been hurt, and opening yourself up again is hard. If this is you, there might be some emotions within that need tending to. You might need time to grieve the past. When you are ready, open yourself to the possibility that there could be good in yourself and others. You don't need to believe it yet, just invite a maybe. It may just open a door. The second type of blockage that can arise is being too compassionate to the point of being unable to stand up for yourself or becoming a doormat. You are allowed to set boundaries, be firm, and call people out when they are overstepping. An exercise that this card suggests: practice seeing people as little children, especially yourself. When you or they fall short, imagine the child throwing a tantrum. crying when they scrape their knee, or acting out when they need some attention and don't know how to vocalize their needs. Sorry, I've realized you haven't been able to see the card the whole time. It is so much easier to have compassion for a child, and in the end, many of us are operating from the place of a hurt child. And so there is, what I love about this, Miyuki Artistry is the photographer. I'm assuming that is her. And then she does give the model's Instagram. So that is Mac Stardust. But I love that it wasn't just a regurgitation of the keywords. Like, she actually went above and beyond in talking about this card in a lot of different ways through this lens of compassion. So, because there was 1, 2, 3, 4 sections, and then there was potential blocks. So technically 6 sections. So this is going to give you a lot to work with, especially if you're a beginner and you feel called to this deck. I don't know. I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. And I will, as always, leave the link to where you can purchase this deck in the description box below. So thank you so much for exploring this deck with me, the Elemental Empath Oracle. I will see you in another video soon. Mwah.